Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast, Nerdcore live show. Episode 394. As always, this is Nerd Chicano here for the show. I'm our wonderful co-host Brad Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Wonderful, wonderful Sunday.
It's Sunday. You know what that means. We're here
It's
for some more Penguin episode
Penguin.
7 review today, as we are discussing the 7th episode and all of that wonderful stuff. And before we can get into the review, Brad, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. My wife is back home. I went and helped my parents. I guess you call it an extension of the chicken coop.
Huh?
I, I had to add more. I had to help them add more fence to the chicken coop, so the chickens can get into their house for winter. That's what I did.
Okay.
At 11 today. I don't know. Also, I apologize. I'm the reason we're late today because I totally brain farted, and I thought this episode dropped at 7, and it dropped at 6, so that's why we're like 30 minutes late. So my bad.
Yep. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about episode 7. Brad we were supposed to have done this like right after the episode finished, but Brad was went ahead and
I was watching the movie for tomorrow. I was real intrigued with the movie for tomorrow.
Brad asked me like in the fucking afternoon, like, "Hey, where's the movie?" I'm like, "Okay, he's gonna watch it." So I already had turned on I had given him the access to it, and so then I heard nothing. I didn't see him watching the movie.
Yeah, so here's where that is I asked Raul that in the morning, and Raul didn't wake up till 12:30.
Yeah.
Aroundish. That's 10:30 my time, and I was supposed to go over and help my parents at 11, which I did. And that's why I didn't watch it at that time.
Yeah, well, hold on, Brad. What time did you message me?
I messaged you pretty early.
9:13. Yeah, bro. You got
it was pretty early.
Yeah. Bro,
I am not blaming you for anything because I knew you stayed up, and I played with you. I played with you last night, so I'm not blaming you for anything, Raul. And I was not expecting to watch the movie or anything that early. So, I mean, that's why I just got confused with the time frame because I thought like, Penguin's dropping at 7, and then no, it's 6.
Yeah. We had a fun time last night.
We
had a really late night.
It was more, I forgot how fun Call of Duty could be, even when I'm like getting my ass kicked. I'm like, I'm just sliding all over the place shooting shit. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, so last night I started stream. I want to say
you streamed for 7 hours at least.
No, I did not, Brad. I streamed for 8 hours and 3 minutes.
So you streamed for an extra hour
after we were done?
Yeah.
I got into the cooldown. I was like, okay, we're gonna finish up these games, and like I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna, chill out. We were watching some clips from SmackDown and doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
I mean but here's with Black Ops, I was surprised how much fun that was. I didn't think Call of Duty could be fun anymore. Even when I'm getting my ass kicked. Yeah. Although I played this morning and I actually got the clip of the game.
Oh, okay.
I got a clip of the game.
You got what's it called? Like the best kill of the game?
Yeah, the best kill of the game. I
because you can put on those fucking easy ass lobbies, huh?
Actually, it was more of I don't know. It's one of those where you can it's got mud and stuff around it. It's like big open spaces, but they got these little areas you can slide under and hide in.
Oh, Babylon.
Yeah. I was just shooting their asses through that.
Yeah. You're doing the shit that I hate people when they do that. Yeah. But yeah, I streamed for 8 hours and 5 minutes yesterday. I got on I want to say about 4:50 something. 4:40, 50 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, got off around
1:12.
You got on about 2 hours before I showed up.
Yeah, and then got off about 1:12.
Can I just say the zombies is much more fun than the previous one I played?
Which was the previous one you played?
The one where you had to build the stuff back up and all that. I didn't like that one.
I don't remember that one. Because the last zombies I played was Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3 Zombies is actually pretty good.
I don't remember I don't think it was Black Ops 3 though. I think it was before that.
Yeah. Well,
The zombies was pretty fun.
well, yeah, man. It was pretty cool, man. It was a fun time. I think zombies is really fun. I can't wait until they add more to that and they give us more maps for that. Um, Multiplayer is it's fun. I like the movement. I can't say I'm a fan of all the maps, but there are certain maps that I'm like, okay, this is a really fun map. This is a good map. But there's some that are like like fucking.
I'm not a fan of like some of the gameplays they have in multiplayer. I like most of them though. I think
Yeah.
there's some that I like. I played some this morning, and I'm just like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, yeah. But it was a fun night, Brad, and it was definitely what's it called? Full of a lot of stuff, man. I mean, we really did go through some hefty amount of zombies, hefty amount of multiplayer, and yeah. Wish we would have had enough people to run some 2v2s or 3v3s. Would have been cool, but yeah,
It's
all
what it
good.
is.
It is what it is. But 3 people are in here, and I'm sure they're like, when are they gonna shut the fuck up about Call of Duty?
When
When are they gonna
talk about Oz?
Yeah.
Damn it.
So let's go ahead and get ready to do that, Brad. So if y'all have not watched the episode of The Penguin, you should probably get out of here. We care about sports, but if you don't care about sports or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors. And a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Brad. Episode 6, titled Gold Summit. This episode is directed by nobody. Huh? What the heck? I guess that stuff has not been updated on what's it called on IMDb just yet.
Stacy says, hefty amount of zombies, not my Grateful Dead cover band.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't have any actual information on that, but I mean,
info.
It's all good. That's what we have. That's what we have. An active Max subscription. I can just go in here and look at the end.
Just look it up there.
Yeah, just look it up there. The good old fashioned way.
Like scroll through the people.
Yeah, it's just what's it called? Look at the end.
Who's in the credits?
The episode. Yeah. But this episode is directed by Kevin Bray. All right. And of course, but what's it called? Based on characters by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, and developed by Lauren Lefranc and written by Nick Tone. It stars Renzi Feliz, Christine Melody, Colin Farrell, Theo Rossi, Clancy Brown, Deirdre O'Connell, Francois Chow, Reese Coiro, David H. Holmes, Miles Humphries, and more. And I don't think they're gonna have any trivia because the fact they didn't even have the director on here, it says a lot about the how many people are taking care of this IMDb. So nothing. But Brad, this was quite the episode, and he did that thing that it's like, fuck, like you really did get me.
Such a cliffhanger. They left a cliffhanger.
Massive cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then you watch the trailer for next week and you're like, oh, fuck.
I have not seen the trailer for next week. I just hopped on after I got done with the episode because I knew I was late.
Well, the interview is pretty interesting stuff. I really like the stuff they talked about in the interview episode. But the trailer, it's like, oh fuck! Like this is gonna get fucking crazy, bro. This is gonna get really. Crazy.
We knew after Sophia figured out all this shit that it was gonna get crazy.
So I love this episode. Last week we have an episode that I loved as well, but holy crap, this episode like it shoots right back up, Brad. This is another this is an amazing episode of The Penguin. A lot happens here. You have you have Oswald, you have Oz realizing that like, hey, there's a lot of people who are gunning for this area and who want to take me down. And I also have a bunch of gangs here who are, at opposite ends with each other. Like Oz has got to either find a way to fix that, or he's gonna
N-
lose
n-
like
yeah,
any power here.
and I think his biggest thing was making peace with the triads. I think that
Mm-hmm.
was his biggest goal to accomplish, because without the triads, I don't think he has the power to move
Nope.
anything.
Yep. Fantastic episode. I loved what they did with Victor in this episode. I loved what they did with the mom, and of course, one of the best scenes is the conversation between Sophia and Eve in the apartment. Oh man, what a fucking great scene that
Oh
was.
yeah.
But Brad, what is your initial thoughts on this episode of the
I thought
Kingdom?
this episode was good. I mean, I think it's good. I don't know if I like it more than the two previous episodes, because I really enjoyed those episodes. But this episode, I think it continues following the trend of, oh, we have writers and developers who actually like give a shit about this, you know. So it's kind of nice to see, and I think this is probably one of the better shows of this year.
Man,
Um, yeah,
truly.
yeah, truly. And it's a Batman show, so go figure. But I love what I most love about this episode. I think is Oz's mom, Frances, and just seeing how she is deteriorating. Um, and just how they're dealing with that. Like you get that from the very beginning when Oz is scolding Victor of no, don't talk to her that way. Don't talk to like my brothers are still alive because they're not alive. So like I get what you're trying to do, but don't. So the
Yep.
scolding of that, and then at the end when we have her, the power comes back on, and then we have Sophia lurking in the corner, and then they just cut it off.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm like, fuck, dude. I just because this whole time, like, okay, Eve tells her where he is, so I'm like, oh fuck. Like,
But this
I
leads.
know that Sophia's gonna be there.
But
I didn't know that that's how Sophia was gonna
was
be
going to
there.
be
Like,
yeah. But this leads to so many questions and so many points that they, you know, does Sophia find like Oz having a mother still? Will that affect her as she deals with Oz? I don't know. I
I
mean, I
have no
didn't watch the
idea, man.
trailer for next week, but it's a question. If you just watch this episode, it's like, she lost her mother in some way. Is this going to affect her? I mean, does she just walk
Yeah,
out the door? I don't
and
think she does.
I think one of the best things about this episode is really the relationship between Vic and the mom and Francis. Like, you can tell that Vic really cares about Francis, man. Like
Yeah, like he's
like he,
trying.
he's really
Which
trying, man.
means he cares about Oz. That's
Yeah,
that's really what it comes down. Like he cares about this new family of his, because let's face it, his family died in the previous episodes, or
yeah,
technically the Batman movie, I guess you could say.
yeah,
So Vic is left with nothing, and this is his new family.
yeah. And he's kind of embraced that, and to the point where like now he's kind of taken a life for Oz.
I
Like
mean,
that
I
fuck, what
think
a
that was an excellent part of the show. The
yeah,
the death of Squid. I mean, because I love how Victor, he knew he was going to have to deal with this at some point. He was hoping he wasn't have to, but he knew it probably would come up. And he goes to talk to
mm-hmm,
Oz, hoping Oz would take care of it. But he sees how much Oz is dealing with, not with only Maroni's and the Gigantes,
but
previous
now trying to
Falcons.
get the
So
triads aligned with him,
there's a
and
lot. There's a lot going on in the background with that. And Vic, to his credit, is like, I'll take care of it.
yeah.
And unfortunately, that's technically how you take care of it.
I mean, he didn't take the money.
No, he
He
did it, and he
didn't.
wanted to see Oz. And let's face it, Oz would have killed him on spot,
Yeah, I probably wasn't even
and
gonna make it
and
past
and
like
and would have gave
yeah.
Vic an earful,
Yup.
easily. So Vic, I know this is hurting Vic very deeply, because you know I just feel like that's how it would happen if you killed a person.
Yeah.
Is how do you deal with that? And I think maybe we get that in the next couple episodes. Is how does Vic deal with that?
Yeah, and it's gonna follow Vic for a bit, man. And I'm telling you, I think it's gonna be, something that Vic's gonna have following him for a while. But like, he even tells him Oz tells him, like, it gets easier. Like,
which I don't know if that's the best advice. I mean,
well,
that's advice.
it's advice,
I mean,
but
and
it's
through a
also like,
man who's
hey,
probably done it.
it's like, hey, he's what's it called? He's chose to be in this life now. It's like that's what you're gonna have to do.
But it's
And
kind of rough
but
to
I
say
like that Oz comforts him, gives him
in
a
some
hug.
way, right? In a hug. But at the same, I mean, is that enough? Oz kind of hugged him, is like, yeah, you did what needed to be done. Clean your clothes up, and yeah, I'll see you at home. And then he left.
Yeah,
I
well, he
don't
told him
know
to
if
take the
that's
night
enough.
off too. He
Yeah,
told him to take the night off.
yeah,
Which,
but
by the way,
still,
what's it called? I don't know if Vic being there with having that moment with Francis, would that have helped Sophia like be like, oh shit, like
I don't know. I mean, Sophia is complicated
yeah,
because she did lose her mother, so there might be that affection there in some way where it affects her.
yeah,
But at the same time, this is a man who killed her brother, who's destroyed her family, basically.
yep.
I can't see it stopping her.
I don't know. I can't confidently tell you what the game plan is here, but I know that I think that whole stuff with Vic was great this episode, and how he's you really see it, like, yo, he's climbing up the world, and he's got these nice shoes on now, like he's
Well,
got
even
these nice jackets on.
which is a problem because even Squid saw it. Squid
Yeah,
actually pointed him out and is like, "Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, I see what you're wearing. I see who you're running
yeah,
with. Wizard of Oz is over there. You got the old lady up in the building. Yeah, I know all about that. How about we go talk to your boss?" And
yeah.
honestly, do I think that was Vic's best decision? It might have been. It might have been his only decision.
Might have been his only decision, man, and it's also a reminder to Vic, like, all these things I have, they come with a price.
Yeah.
They all come with a price, and the way that I'm getting these things, it's not the best, but it's what he's doing.
And
And
it's not just getting them, it's keeping them.
yeah, yeah. So I really loved what they did with Vic this season. I mean, this episode, bro. I really do think that
It was a good episode for Vic. I think it was a good episode for Francis.
yeah.
I do miss seeing more of Sophia in there. We did get the Sophia Sal kind of,
Oh, I love that
in the
too.
beginning where Sal's cooking and Sophia talks about how I guess she just said his son was right with putting what was sour cream or yogurt, was putting
Yogurt.
yogurt in the soup, and it just shows you Sal like really cared about his wife and his
Yeah.
son. He's
Well,
making
it's
that.
Sal kind of treating Sophia kind of fatherly, and
Yeah,
it's odd. It's odd, but it's a really nice gesture there, and I think that it's kind of showing that, like, hey, this is still a very much a hurting man. This is a man who's still hurting,
yeah.
but they're aligned and they have a goal, and it is to get rid of Oz.
Which that's not good for Oz. Except we see the end of this episode, and we see Oz fucking pull it off.
Yeah, he pulled it off. He got the power back, which, by the way, was by, oh man, that shit must have hurt, Brad. Trying to threatening the guy with a freaking, what's it called? What's that tool called, Brad? This is the clippers, right?
The pliers,
The wire ply, yeah, the pliers.
pliers
Fucking putting
of
that
the
right there
nose
on the
to
bridge of his nose.
to get the electricity back on.
Yeah. Oh my god, man, boy, did it work.
I mean, yeah, that shit went on pretty quick after. But I'm talking about he got the gangs together at the
Oh
end.
yeah. Which, man, I know some of them were ready to take his head, bro.
I give it up to Oz when you walk into a place and they got a shotgun ready, loaded,
And you just turn your back to grab beers.
It's gonna be a hard sell.
Pretty bad, pretty hard.
But
but he pulls it off.
He pulls it off somehow. I think that they also realize that maybe the Maronis and the Falcones, they are hurt. Oz has hurt them. They are. I mean, Sophia's killed most of her family, and then the Maronis, Oz has done away with quite a few of them. So, and the one making money is Oz right now.
Yep. Yep. And they see like, hey, if we unite all these territories and we fucking fight it off together, it's way easier than us fighting separately against those people, those other two families.
Yeah, and I think Oz puts it very succinctly is like, do you just want to live under the Falcones and the Maronis this whole time? Or do you want to control shit for yourself?
Which is just his way of saying like, hey, I'm gonna be the one who's gonna take over all this, and you guys are just gonna work for me eventually.
I mean, in a way,
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe the cut's better than whatever the Falcones and Maronis had. Because let's be real, those gangs didn't look like they were eating too much.
yeah. Which and also he gets referred to as the Penguin in here. Yep, they say like, hey, the Penguin is just this guy who like backstabs everybody, and he doesn't keep his promises.
Yeah,
And
but in Oz's favor is he kept his head through that.
oh yeah,
Yeah, the man knows. And this is a new Penguin that I don't think we've gotten before
yeah,
in the
we
animated
are seeing
series or
him move
movies.
into this role now.
No. And so this is a very smart, cunning Penguin.
Yeah, he's not really, not it's not the Penguin that we saw in the beginning where he's moving by aggression when he kills Alberto. Like this is now a very smart
No,
Penguin
I
who's
I
like
I, I think
understanding what's going on here.
there is still he messes up due to emotion sometimes,
Yeah,
but I think he knows when to keep his cool.
I don't know if he's gonna keep it now, knowing that his mom is either dead or kidnapped.
That's the thing. If Sophia kidnaps his mom, I think all bets are off. I think
Yep,
the Gigantes don't last very long.
I don't
Personally,
think so
I don't
either.
think they last very long.
Yeah, but this is crazy, man, and we still got like I want to say a couple more episodes to go. I think two more, 7 and 8 are the last two episodes. We got the last two episodes coming up, but man, I think they've been doing such a great job with the writing here. I like I said, I loved that scene in the apartment with Eve because it like really shows you how much
Also, this
how much
is
at first she was willing to do for Oz.
this is
He's like,
episode 6, right?
this is episode 6.
Okay, we got the wrong number up there.
Fuck. I was thinking about Agatha. I'll fix that when we're done here.
It's fine. I'm just.
um,
It's towards
yeah,
the end of the review. If you haven't known, we've been on episode 6. I don't know where you've been.
yeah. But yeah, it's like really shows you like, oh, like she's actually willing to do shit for Oz. Hey, she wasn't going with him to fucking Crown Point,
No.
but she was willing to say like, oh, I don't know where he is and all that stuff. And you see that she's kind of fell under his manipulation too.
But we have the thing with Eve is she ends up telling because I think she wants to give Sophia that chance. I think she hears like something from Sophia that really turns her, and she wants to give her that chance. I
Yeah,
don't know for redemption or to ask Oz for an explanation or what, but Eve does turn at the end. I
yeah,
mean, it takes a while, and she's even willing to risk her life to keep her people safe, her girls safe. So I give her
yeah.
credit for that.
6, 7. It's all good. Next up, the review of season 2 of The Acolyte. Now, fuck
Ah,
that.
God.
Yeah, no, nope.
I'm
That doesn't exist.
Jesus. That's not
Yeah,
that doesn't exist, Stacy.
no, no. But yeah, bro, you really do see like that now. Eve knows the truth, and she's like, "Well, shit. What else has Oz been keeping from me?"
Yeah.
And I just love that
You
scene. I love that she kept moving throughout that scene, Christine. I'm sorry, not Christina. What? Uh,
Eve,
Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah, they let her keep moving around, and it really does build more of that tension because you're like, okay, is she gonna kill her, or like,
Which honestly I thought she was.
me too.
That was my distinction. She came in to kill her, and
I
but
think her
Eve gave
distinction
her
was
the
like she
info.
was gonna come in to kill the Penguin. I think she was gonna kill Oz. I think she might have thought that he was gonna be there with Eve because when she walks in, she kind of like moves a little bit, kind of trying to see if
Just checking.
maybe he can see that Oz is in there.
Yeah.
I think her plan was to go in there and kill Oz if he was in there.
Which I mean is decent plan. Not not kidding. But yeah, I don't know that the cliffhanger end of this, it leaves up a lot of questions because I don't know how Sophia could react to seeing Oz's mother because
Yeah,
as I said, she lost her own mother. That might affect her quite deeply.
yeah. But hey, man. But now she knows that Oz does have somebody he cares about. Because like until now, he's kind of she's been convinced that like, hey, Oz doesn't have anybody he cares about. So that's
What
why I can't get to him because there's nobody for me to put in danger that he would, have something to what's it called that he would be able to, slip up for. But
and
because like, hey, yeah,
this also brings up the question of if she does kidnap his mom and leaves Vic alive, how does Oz go about that? What's going to be his
he's gonna be
feelings with that?
pissed.
He's going to be, of course, pissed. He's going to think Vic led Sophia to his mom.
Yeah,
Almost guaranteed.
yeah, but I think I don't know, probably that or he's probably gonna think about Eve.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Eve's on his radar, if he kind of leaves her off his radar. I would hope, because Vic just killed a guy for Oz, basically.
Yeah,
So I don't know if the loyalty would break at that point, but we've seen how Oz is with his mom. He's very protective of her.
yeah. But bro, I thought it was a great episode. I think the writing was fantastic. I still am very impressed with the cinematography and the whole look of this show, and just the acting has been top notch since the beginning, man. I think they're doing such a great job on this show. It's
This,
easily one of the best shows of the year, and
yeah,
quite honestly, one of the best shows based
and
on
it's a Batman show.
Yep, it's based on a fucking comic book.
It's a Batman show. Come on now,
Yeah,
you gotta give credit for that.
Yep. Brad, what's your final verdict?
I'm going to give this episode, I don't like it as much as the previous two, and I think I gave those pretty high ratings. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, though. I think it's still high in my mind. It's
Okay.
really good.
I love this show. I love this episode, and I'm way higher in than I was with the last episode. I'm giving this a 9.25 out of 10. I think this is a great episode. Had some stellar moments between Sophia and Eve. Francis's journey with Oz, and basically telling her son, like, hey, if I get worse, I know I'm bad. You have to kill me.
Yeah,
and
that
it's
was
just like,
that might have been one of the better parts of the season, at least acting wise. That might have been that one.
yep. Which it's like, and I don't know if that'll come into play. Being like, hey, like,
I don't know.
if Oz is gonna be
Sophia
like,
might just bash her in the head right there in the room for all I know.
yeah. Or Oz might just let his mom die because it's like, hey, she already is declining. Like,
I don't think I don't think Oz would allow that. Personally,
I don't know, man.
Personally, I don't
say that you do it. You said that you
because
let her die.
no, he would, but by his hand.
Yeah.
And I think Oz has gone through a lot to keep his mom safe, and I don't think he's gonna let, especially a Falcone, kill her.
Yeah.
If he's able to.
Yeah. But I love that this episode, and I love, him, pulling her out of him pulling her out of the tub and being like, like it's like he realized like this is really bad now.
Yeah, she was freezing, and that's when he went and found the goddamn city council member. Was like, you will fucking turn the electricity on. You will.
We cannot keep living here like this.
Or we will have another conversation, and probably not with these pliers. At least not in your nose.
Yeah. Great episode, great show, and of course that concludes our review of The Penguin episode 6. As always, we want to thank you guys so much. Join us on our website, nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore _, Instagram, Letterboxd, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/the Nerdcore. Tomorrow, live on Patreon, live early and ad-free. You are going to get our review of Martyrs before it drops on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Time. And of course, we have a mini pod that week as well, which will be on Wednesday instead of Thursday now for the $5 tier and above. And of course, make sure you check out our Discord. Our link is in the description below. You can also talk to us about the Penguin in there. You can tell us if you liked this episode, if you didn't like it, and we can have a conversation about that. If you're watching the YouTube video, make sure that you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single review that drops on this channel. And make sure that you leave a comment to tell us what you think about this episode. Do you think that Sophia is gonna kill Oz's mom, or where do you think that she's not? Tell us in the comments below. Make sure that you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, and if you're doing that, make sure that you're leaving a 5-star review and leaving a and following us on that podcast app. Mars, ooh, yeah, oof, oof, yeah. And of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters. Without them, just none of this is possible. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. You guys truly are amazing, amazing, amazing people. And we're going to be done for today, guys, but we'll be back on Patreon tomorrow and in the public faces on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday live on Patreon for mini pod. And then, of course, once again, the same as always, Friday, we have our Friday. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're probably going to have to do Sunday Agatha and Penguin because Friday I have a screening for my friend's film, and then Saturday I'm throwing a party here. So yeah, probably Sunday afternoon, Agatha, Sunday night, the Penguin. So we'll see you guys. See you guys later. Brad, let's go ahead and send them out of here.
All right, Roll. Thank you, mean host, as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat today once again. Thank you to our listeners out there at Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I'll just say, don't touch my mom. Young Yoda out.